lights too. I should have bought some lights. Like legitimately, I need new lights, bro. I low-key need lights. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Garbage. I hate Atomic Hearts. Oh, what? No. Not Atomic Hearts. Oh!
That video where a couple gang members made Justin Bieber do push-ups in the hood, but what you might not know is how insane the entire situation actually was. Now, it all started because Justin Bieber had a problem. He's driving through the hood and his car breaks down. A couple folks said, "Hey, yo, is that Justin Bieber?" Justin Bieber said, Justin seemed very uncomfortable. Kids start hopping in his whip. He said, "Ooh." He tries to shoo one away. He literally does that on camera. Just step outside. He said, "What's wrong?" Now, before Justin Bieber could step outside, he's approached by a couple members of a Los Angeles gang called the Crips. How do I know they were members of a gang called the Crips? Well, they started saying words like "cuh" instead of "bruh." And the Crips are famous for both wearing blue and exchanging the letter B in a word to a C. So they said, "Justin Bieber out in the hood, cuh." Justin said, "Ooh, them folk is out here." They said, "Well, you out here all right. But when you out here, everything okay?" They come
I remember this video.
handshake. Justin said, "Oh, how are y'all?" My car broke down. They said, "What?" They said, "Yeah. Y'all trying to play some basketball?" They said, "Come on, let's hoop, Justin." Now, here's where things start to get wicked. I can't explain this next part to you. I'm just gonna have to tell you what happened. Man's right here says, "Hey, white boy, sing that!" to Justin Bieber. Justin said, "Me? Sing that." Justin started hitting them high notes. He started singing. Now, I bet you're wondering where his bodyguards was in all this. Well, they was in the background chopping it up with folks, chilling. Justin, singing. He said, "Man, love Justin, blessings. But now you gotta do some push-ups." Now, they made Justin Bieber do push-ups apparently because he was wearing slippers. Again, I can't explain this situation to you. All I can do is tell you what happened. Justin then goes to the rec center, starts doing more push-ups with the kids. And then he finally goes out to hoop. Pretty well, I might add. Keep the position. You know he's about to do something vicious. He then plays a little bit of soccer and then says his goodbyes to everybody. Now, this moment was so random and insane that people think it was staged. People think Justin was doing this for publicity. But I don't know. The way he goes from really uncomfortable to opening up to people seemed really organic. But to this day, there isn't really an explanation. He just went to the hood, hooped, and never said anything about it. Now, you might remember that video where a couple...
What you are seeing could be the future of building. China, of course, have just unveiled the world's largest dome that is 50 meters tall and covers over 20,000 square meters. That's the freaking height of a 15-story building and nearly 3 football fields. And the way it works is genius. The bubble essentially acts as a shield around construction sites, protecting the surroundings from noise by using negative pressure, but also
just imagine the amount of echoing that's in that building. Just balloon. Just imagine the amount of echoing that's in this balloon. It's insane. I could do one clap and it'll go on for about 15 minutes.
Against dust and debris by using air filtration systems. And it's not just the nearby communities and environment that benefits, it's also the builders. The dome is temperature controlled, has advanced ventilation.
I'm not gonna lie, this is like very like advanced. This is awesome. That is incredible. But the amount of echoing that's in there, I couldn't handle it. That is incredible though. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ventilation systems to ensure the air is good quality, has sprinkler facilities to control the dust that they would otherwise be breathing in, and the material of the dome blocks out over 90% of the sun's UV rays. So no more sun damage and overheating. In fact, one reporter said it was cooler inside the dome than it was outside. And just to top it off, the dome also has quick assembly and dismantling, allowing for easy transport to other building sites. What you are seeing...
That is awesome. That is awesome.
The US has just sanctioned a United Nations official for calling for the prosecution of Israel in the International Criminal Court. Italian Francesca Albanese is a human rights lawyer and an independent UN investigator for human rights in Gaza, and she's made her criticisms of Israel very public. And in a report she published last month titled "The Economy of Genocide," she urged the International Criminal Court to prosecute executives at American companies for allegedly profiting from the war in Gaza. Now, in response to this because Marco Rubio tweeted last night saying that her campaign of political and economic warfare against the United States and Israel will no longer be tolerated, and previously accused her of unabashed anti-Semitism. In response, she has described the sanctions as, "It's official. Guys, it's bad. The US M2 TikTok app is looking worse than we thought because according to a new exclusive report by Reuters, the US version is expected to operate on a separate algorithm and data systems from its global app. They say, and I quote, "The change is expected to impact how 170 million US users access global content and how non-US citizens make money on the platform." They say it's being designed to be functionally independent, similar to how China currently have their own version of TikTok, Douyin. And the source who spoke to Reuters said that the new app is expected to only use data from US users to train its algorithms, meaning as a result, most users will be recommended content generated within the US. And
That's so boring, bruh. That's so boring, but ain't nobody want to see all U.S. content, bro. I like seeing things that are outside of U.S. I like seeing things that are outside of, like, what's the problem with that, though? Like, I just want to see some content that's, like, outside of U.S., bro. I don't want to constantly just be seeing some, the same thing, talking about some American this, American that. Oh, man, that's so boring, bro. This is why I hate living in America, bro.
And that is massive, because one of the main cool things about TikTok is how global the content feels. They also reported for the first time the frontrunners as to who's gonna own TikTok next. And that includes Blackstone, Andreessen Horowitz, Oracle, ByteDance, and General Atlantic. I mean, let's hope these changes don't ruin the app, but as of right now, it's not looking good. Guys, it's official. Akon City, Africa's promised real-life Wakanda, has just been abandoned. Permanently. This is what it was supposed to look like next year, and this is what it looks like today. So what the hell went so wrong?
People sometimes will write articles about something like this could never happen in Africa. It's been 2 years, the construction hasn't started. I hear that all the time. We're building a city. You don't build a city in 24 hours.
Turns out a city can't be built in 7 years either. Because rewind back to 2018, rapper Akon announced that he was going to build a $6 billion futuristic city on the Atlantic coast of Senegal, the country where he spent a lot of time growing up. And the plan was revolutionary. It would run on 100% sustainable energy, have cutting-edge smart city infrastructure. Its sole medium of exchange would be a cryptocurrency called Acoin. And most importantly, the city would serve as a symbol for what was actually possible for Africa's future. And Senegal themselves, they were hyped. They even asked the people that were currently living on that land to move. In exchange for a fee, of course, also a fee that still to this day they claim has never been paid. And that's where the first cracks in Akon City begin. Because 3 years after its initial announcement, local residents started reporting that aside from a single ceremonial foundation stone, virtually no construction had begun. Now, Akon said it was the pandemic, and look, hey, 2020.
Akon. Wait, hold up. Wait. So, Akon City. When was this? This was 23 hours ago. $6 billion? A $6 billion city. A $6 billion city. I mean, that is a cool project. I mean, that is a cool project. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the idea of it. But I mean, be realistic. Be more realistic. I mean, $6 billion. That's nice. Like, that's not even money that you can just easily make in even a lifetime. He's a rapper. Where's he gonna get $6 billion from? And that's just the construction of the city. There's still fees to be paid. There's still other fees to be paid to the people that had to move away. Never mind, bro. That's both dumb and unrealistic.
It screwed the whole world over. But then came the scam allegations. In 2022, Akon's former business partner asked a New York judge to freeze Akon's assets and also filed a $4 million lawsuit claiming that Akon City displayed many of the trademark characteristics of a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme. However, despite this, Akon remained positive. He took the nearly $1 million settlement on the chin and kept insisting Akon City is 100,000% moving forward. And the critics are gonna look super stupid when it's built. But the years kept rolling around. By the end of 2023, The Guardian went to Akon City and they found no more than a mere skeleton of one building and some cattle and goats grazing on its overgrown fields. No roads, no housing, solar farms, or towers like he had promised by the end of that year. Then 2024 rolled around and even Senegal at this point was getting pissed. They gave Akon 2 weeks to begin meaningful construction or they would start taking away the land. Problem is, crypto went into a bear market and Akoin wasn't doing so well. In fact, today it is down 100%. And that was a big financial pillar, especially to repay investors. So that, coupled with the lack of progress and missed payments, was the final nail in the coffin. Akon once said, "My goal is to try and build something that people deem impossible in Africa." And unfortunately, for the entire continent, he proved people right. Because this week they announced the Akon City project no longer exists, and Akon himself will instead work on something more realistic. It's official.
Honestly though, great idea. Great idea, of course. Like, to construct something that is just like so awesome for Africa, to construct that, awesome. Absolutely awesome. I love the whole idea of it. I just love the whole idea of it. I'm not gonna lie.